down to Biloxi, where the river meets the coast. Dice in my hand, yeah, this town I love the most. Whiskey's flowing, folks are smiling, tales getting bold. At the Brown Water Bash, the shooters roll gold. Raise your glass, let the good times last. Roll the winds in town, we're having a blast. It's not just luck, it's a practice start. Practice like you play, play like you practice from the heart. Craps tables calling, it's a southern draw beat. Dice set tight, rhythm steady and sweet. Backlines watching, cheers fill the air. With every heartache you feel the flare. Raise your glass, let the good times last. Roll the winds in town, we're having a blast. It's not just luck, it's a practice start. Practice like you play, play like you practice from the heart. Shuckers lights, brown water spirits and long hot nights. Brotherhood strong, no need to rush. Just a pair of dice and a gambler's hush. Raise your glass, let the good times last. Roll the winds in town, we're having a blast. It's not just luck, it's a practice start. Practice like you play, play like you practice from the heart. Yeah, we roll in style, with heart and class. Down at the Brown Water Bash.
Well, hello everyone, it's Jeff from midatlanticcraps. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Dual streaming over here on the Roll to Win channel as well with my good friend Ed from Roll to Win. He's that way. Good evening, Ed. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Can you believe in 2 weeks this event will be over?
2 weeks. I actually, when I put the thumbnail up and the show up, I put in there that we were three weeks away, and I had to change it tonight to make it 2 weeks away because really it is just it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now, it'll almost be over with. Yes. Yeah, it is.
It'll be basically over with, yep.
So anyway. I got a question for you. Do you still have your sea legs, or have you got your land legs back yet?
I never got rid of my land legs. That boat was so smooth, I thought I was in a big old hotel somewhere. I mean,
I don't think many people know that you actually went on your first cruise, but I was curious to know if you got your legs back.
We didn't have any rough seas at all. It was like cruising on a pond. It was just calm, and the boat was huge, and so I never even knew it was moving unless you looked outside, looked out.
Yeah, I have been on cruises where it's been like that, and I have been on cruises. I cruised way back in like 2006 or 7 out of New York in a nor'easter, and they actually set sail. And once we got past Staten Island and into the Atlantic Ocean, she was rocking and rolling. They canceled dinner that night, but they woke up the next morning, blue seas, calm seas, and everything was good. But that was a little bit of rocking and rolling.
I don't want to do any rocking and rolling on a boat.
No.
In fact, I don't want to get on another boat ever anyway. So that's another story.
That's what you told me, but you also said you weren't going to do the Brownwater Bash #2, #3, and here it is, the #4 coming up 2 weeks from tonight. So
BWBIV.
Yep. Yeah. So it's 4. That means 4 years, Ed, that this has been going on, and of course, one of the years you had another event in there, and I know before we even get done next weekend or weekend after next, somebody's going to say, Ed, what's the date of number 5? So I know you don't like to look ahead, but
all right. So yeah, let's look ahead. Let's talk about that. I mean, is May a good time, or should it be in June? That's what I gotta decide.
May works for me. I don't know about June. Maybe you should take a poll when we're there next weekend or after the fact. Maybe we'll do we've been doing a recap show, a live show recap. So hopefully we'll be able to maybe do one of those and, poll the fine folks, see whether they want to do it in May or June.
I mean, right now, May was big last year. It looks like May is going to be tremendous this year.
That's where I was going next to ask you. I asked you how many. I was going to ask you how many email confirmations or people that are coming that you typically have, because we typically have about a third more than what you get.
I'm sitting on a really, really close to 70, not including spouses.
That'll put us with the spouses or significant others, or maybe somebody will bring both. That'll put us probably well over 80, 90, maybe even 100. So,
I am not going to be surprised. Y'all have all been saying it'd be 100. I'm not going to be surprised. I'll be surprised if it's not 100, I guess, at this point.
Yeah. Well, the numbers that took place last year that we exceeded, the 70-75 range last year, and it was and the YouTubers that were there. I mean, it was. Last year was a great time. The year before that was a wonderful time. The first year, I don't even know. It's a blur in my mind. Some of the pictures that you had in your little video in the beginning, they actually were from number 1. But that's just amazing that it's number 4 and we're right around the corner. So tonight, look, there's a YouTuber that's going to be there in 2 weeks. Waylon, and with Alicia will be there.
Waylon's always there.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Shows up, most likely.
I hope so. I don't know that that he is or he is not. Maybe he'll fill us in here. But the amount of YouTubers that came last year, I think we counted this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago we did the show. I think we still had around 10 or 11, maybe possibly 12 coming. But you just never know whether they show up or not.
I don't know. I hadn't heard from Leon, but he usually shows up.
I thought Leon said on the very first show we did that he had made his reservations. I may have that confused with somebody else.
He may have, and I just forgot. Hell, he could be on my list. I've been doing this list for so long. I try not to do any repeats on it. So I may have already had him on my list. I don't know.
Right.
Sarge always comes in. We got Yo 11 coming in. Cashier's Cage is coming in.
Somebody told me that the chat I have up there from Ted Berry, he's coming in. Did you tell me he was coming?
Yep. Lou told me Ted was coming.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Joe Fosco, Mr. Pressett.
Mr. Pressett. Yep. Mr. Pressett.
Mr. Pressett's coming in. We got Two-Seam. The X-Man is coming in from Seattle. I mean, we got West Coast, East Coast, Northeast, Southeast. Everybody's coming.
I think
somebody's going to be there.
Right. Just let everybody know what we're going to do with tonight's show. At the moment, we don't have. It seems like I'm overmodulating. At the moment, we don't have a live rollout plan. I don't think we're going to. We're just going to talk about the show. We'll give you some event information. Go talk about the actual meetup or the VIP or the get together. It'll talk about that. We're going to go over a list of meet and greet. There you go.
Meet and greet.
I should have put that. I should have worded it differently. We're going to talk about the casinos that you can play at. Ed's experience with table conditions tonight. We're going to talk about the participants, which we sort of already hit on already, and then we'll talk about the text list. And we probably should start with that first. Let me switch to that screen.
Yeah, do that too.
Yeah, let's do that first. So right there, guys, if you take your phone and you scan that, you will see you can join a group, and I think it's what's it, Group Me or Group Text or Group Text Me or something like that.
It's Group Me, and what I like about Group Me is it protects your individual phone number, so you're not displaying it to the world. As best I can tell, I joined it. I'm in a group text, Jeff.
Yep, I saw you there. I've been communicating back and forth with a couple people over the last couple of days.
And there's
People
also
are,
a subsection of it where they're doing rides. You know, people need rides, that kind of thing. If you're in that, you got you got an extra seat or two. Join it. If you need a seat, join it. You can catch up with some rides.
I saw them talking about it, but I did not know there was a subgroup. So I've actually learned something tonight that there's a subgroup.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Yep.
But
Sure
right
is.
there, just take your phone, scan that, and you'll be able to go right straight to the text group and join. And I don't know whether somebody has to let you in or they approve it or something or other, but somehow you'll get in there. There's quite a few people in there. So
Let's keep Waylon and his family in our thoughts and prayers, because I'm just reading that his mother is not doing well.
oh, I didn't miss that. I haven't looked over here at the chat because I was trying to line everything up. So if that's the case, then Waylon, I'll say a little prayer for your mom tonight. I'm trying to scroll back to find it, but I don't see it. But yes, let's keep them in our prayers tonight as well. Oh, here it is. That's the one right there. Yeah, he was talking to Anthony. A couple Anthonys. There's like 3 different Anthonys that come to this thing. But
And that confuses the hell out of me.
yep, it does. You know, and I don't know how. I know one Anthony's coming. Like this one right here. I know that he's coming. But I don't know.
He's booking his already a year ahead.
Yeah, right. Yep. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button there. In any event, let's go ahead and talk about. So we've kind of for those just watching that don't know, it's 2 weeks from this weekend. Like tonight will be the last night of the event. So it's May 15th and through the 17th in Biloxi, Mississippi. And we're going to be centered around the Golden Nugget, and Ed will talk about that in just a second. But a lot of people coming in in the text group on Wednesday. I'll be coming in on Thursday. Ed, I think you're coming in Thursday as well. And then the event is actually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And hoping to use that text group to kind of figure out where people are going to go in case there's not enough room at the table where we happen to be at that moment, if that makes sense.
Well, they're going to have to be all over town. People are going to have to be flexible, because that's a lot of people, a lot of craps players. So
Yep.
we'll go over all the casinos and their tables here in a little bit. So I think that text group will be beneficial for anybody who's in town. And once you get to know people and get to meet people, then you can have your hookups, your meetups, and that kind of thing. So they've got a little bit of everything down there.
I did see quite a few questions over the weekend, over the last week, about when is this meetup, the official actual meetup in the room that Golden Nugget is allowing you to use. I've seen as early as 2 and as late as 4, and I've seen as late as 5 and as late as 7. So here, let's get it from the horse's mouth.
I can tell you exactly when it is. I talked to my host yesterday. Starts at 2 p.m. and goes till 5 p.m.
All right, so it's 2 to 5.
It's 2 to 5. That's the official time frame. It is going to be in one of their banquet rooms, which is, if you walk in their front door, I'm trying to think. There's an escalator to the right, and you go up the escalator, and that takes you to the hotel check-in, a couple of restaurants and all that. But all the way back around to the right, down the long hallway, you won't have any problem finding it. They're supposed to have, they got little TV monitors out there. She's going to put that that's our room on the outside of it, and she'll be there as well. We want everybody, the first time you go into that casino, is get a player's card, and please use it.
Yes, use a player
Whatever
card
you're
while
doing,
there.
whether you're playing slots or whether you're playing craps or blackjack or whatever, please use the card. You know, it's just so that they get an idea of how many people we brought in and how many people not just came in but actually played there over that weekend. And we're going to have a register. Melanie Sanchez, otherwise known as Pearl's Girl, she has put together a great register book for everybody to just sign. That way we can cross-reference real quick, name, email address, craps handle if you got one. That's just kind of the fun part of it. But we want to be able to let them kind of do a quick scan and cross-reference. These are the names, and they can look and see and figure out what kind of play we're getting. See if they're going to let us back next year.
Well, that's what we were talking about.
There's Pearl's Girl right there.
Yep, that's why I put it up there. We talked about number 5 for next year, and the good thing about Biloxi is it's the casinos are spread out to the point that you can't walk from one place to the other like you walk down the Strip in Vegas, but they're easy to get to. There's good transportation, and as you said, there's some people talking about carpooling to the various locations. We'll be at the Golden Nugget, almost across the street from Harrah's, which is that it within walking distance, would you say?
Yeah, if you're in decent enough shape, it is. I mean, it's
okay. I'm out.
I've walked it, but I wouldn't. I mean, it'd be all right in May, but I wouldn't recommend it in August. It's too hot. It's really directly across the road from the Palace, which is on the other side of the bay.
Right.
And in between is what's it, Sawgrass Restaurant? Yeah,
yes.
Owned by the guy that owns the Golden Nugget. Yep. So, but you could walk to either one of those, but it's a little bit of a hike. I wouldn't do it.
All right. So we talked about the official meetup time, the actual time of the meetup, and there's going to be a guest book there that you want people to sign in. I think, did I ask or did you answer? Is there going to, or are you going to have like a bar within that room, like where somebody can get a cocktail or a drink?
There will be a bartender, and as far as I know, it's an open bar. Bring cash. I mean, it might be a cash bar, but in any event, you're going to want to tip that bartender. If we don't tip
definitely.
Well, then we won't get another bartender. I can promise you.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I think the other thing that I saw Lou say in the group chat is if you have a collector's chip, if you have a chip with your, as Ed said, with your handle on it or whatever, bring it because there's be a lot of chip trading. And so make sure you bring a chip. Yep.
The meet and greet.
And that's the 2026.
That is the 2026 right there.
And there's been one every year.
There is one every year. I only make a limited edition each year.
Yep. All right. So I was getting ready to go with the casinos, Ed. There's a slew of casinos that people can enjoy. But let's talk about the Golden Nugget. Let's talk about that casino specifically, and maybe if you want to talk about the table conditions as we take one of these one at a time, you can. And if you just want to talk about the different casinos and come back and talk about table conditions, we can do that as well.
Yeah, and if anybody's got questions, throw them up there. We'll try to catch them. Or he'll try to catch them, not me.
Yes, and if you have a question, please premise it with a capital Q. It changes the color of my screen so that I know that it's a question or a comment that's there. If you'll do that, so let me switch over to the screen.
We'll talk about Golden Nugget. It's a fine little property, and it's really a pretty good sized casino. I mean, it's got 2 floors. The rooms were very nice. I stayed in the room there about a month ago with my wife. I wanted to check the rooms out before the event, and the only thing my wife had to complain about was the vanity was too small around the bathroom sink. So if that's the worst you've got, you're in pretty good shape. So the rooms are good. The one thing too is, and this is a nice security feature for those that like to be security minded, you got to have a key to get to your floor. So if you don't have a room key, if you're on the 8th floor and you're staying If you're staying on the 8th floor, but you're wanting to see somebody on the 9th floor, you can't get to the 9th floor. You got to go to the 8th floor as far as you can go.
I got you.
So that's important. So you got to use the text group. Meet me in the lobby. I'll come get you. Whatever. Meet me on 8. I'll come down to 8 and we'll go back to 9. Whatever. You got to work that out because that is a security feature.
Right.
And I kind of like that. You can't get on the wrong floor.
So let's go ahead and take this question. Is there any timed events? And it also follows up with a scheduled events. And the good thing about this meetup is it's come as you go and do as you please, with the exception of Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. The only definitive thing that is set in stone from a time frame standpoint is the meet and greet. And that's from 2 to 5 on Saturday afternoon at the Golden Nugget. Everything else is come meet people and play craps. Because let's face it, if you had 75 people last year, you can't get 75 people in one casino down there.
Right.
On a weekend with other people in town. You're not going to get 100. You can't make a group with 100, but everybody makes friends. They get in small groups. We'll run through the casinos, what their tables are like, how many tables they have. It's just a fun time. That's really what it is a fun time. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm looking for Joe. Yeah, Jeff, I hadn't seen you in a year.
Yeah, it's been a year. We talk every week, but it's been a year.
Yeah, but we have not sat down at a table in a year, and I'm looking forward to sitting down at a table with you again and playing craps with you. I hadn't played. I mean, I got friends from all over the country coming in I hadn't seen since last year. And I'm looking forward to meeting every one of them. Ball Cajun, he didn't make it last year, but he's coming.
Yeah, I saw that. He put that in the group too.
Yeah, so I look forward to I hope his wife comes because she's always been my assistant photographer. Always need people. That's the other thing. Take a lot of pictures, please, and then email them to me because I always like to put something together at the end just so everybody can remember what all was going on, do a video and a new song or something. So, yeah, please take pictures and email me, but we'll talk about that on the after show.
Yeah, the after show, we'll definitely talk about that.
On the pre-show, I'm telling you, please take pictures.
All right. So Ted asked, and we'll cover this one more time, and we'll do it again at the end of the show just to recap. But what day is the meet and greet? That's actually Saturday, 2 to 5.
Yep.
There at the Golden
Nugget.
Saturday
at the Golden Nugget in the banquet rooms on the second floor, or the floor above the casino. The casino's on 3rd, so that'd be the 4th floor. So yeah, but it's on Saturday, 2 to 5.
All right. So
if
now
you got
let's
a craps license,
bring it. Bring it.
That'll help identify it because it's kind of turned into because I wasn't involved. We weren't doing casino tiers when we started this, so now it's kind of a dual branding kind of a thing.
Right.
I'm going to have some things there that that are new to the merch store and that kind of stuff, so everybody can see them. If they want them, they can buy them from 10 Ton. We'll have some of the road trackers there actually.
Okay.
We might even use those on occasion.
So there's a question: is Golden Nugget bringing in more dealers to help with the influx in players?
I certainly hope so. But they've only got 2 tables and should have 3. I talked to the table games manager 2 or 3 days ago, midweek, and he still doesn't have the 3rd table installed, but he says he hopes it's installed. He's trying to get it installed. I said, well, dude, I got 100 people coming in. You better get it installed. But they've got 2 tables. We'll fill them up. They got 3. We'll fill those up, and everybody else will go somewhere else. I mean, that's what's going to happen. That's what always happens.
Yeah, always, inevitably that will happen. All right, so you kind of hit a little bit on the Golden Nugget. We can come back to table conditions. Let's run down this list of other places that you can stay and play. Of course, let's start at the top here. So there's no specific order, guys. I pulled this off of the internet before the show, and hopefully you'll follow along. The Beau Rivage is an MGM property, so if you have an MGM card and that's what you want to use to try to get your room, then by all means do that. I would say that the MGM to the Golden Nuggets probably maybe a little less than a mile, Ed.
Yeah, it's about a mile.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe a fraction over, but you're not going to want to walk it.
Right. And the next on the list here is the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, where we've been the previous
They
3
do
years.
not have. They do. The internet is wrong. They do not have a rooftop pool. The IP does, but not Hard Rock.
I didn't even notice a rooftop pool there. I just pulled, like I said, I pulled it off the internet. But their
Yeah,
pool
that's
is
where we've
definitely.
been the last 3 years. That's where we've
Yep.
been the last 3 years. I'll be spending a lot of time in there. It's some of my favorite tables. Got some. I know all the crew members. Well, not all of them, but I know a lot of them, and I'll be spending a lot of time at the Hard Rock as well. I mean, I'm staying at the Golden Nugget. Yeah, they're hosting me, but you know what? My money is my money. I'm going to spend it, gamble at different places. If I can't get on a table, I'm going somewhere else, just like everybody else is. So, but I will be playing a decent amount at the Hard Rock.
All right, and we'll come back to their table conditions because that's in Biloxi. They probably have my favorite tables of all. But let's talk about the next one, the IP Casino. That's not a Boyd property, or is that the Boyd property?
That is the Boyd property.
Okay,
That
yep.
is the Boyd property. They're about a mile straight, 2.5 miles straight in front of the Beau Rivage.
All right.
So they're on the back side of the bay. They've got the hardest surface tables anywhere. You're going to have
Right.
clack, clack, clack. Bonus bets on the regular table, no bonus bets on their crapless table.
All right, we covered the Golden Nugget. The next place you can stay and play is the Palace Casino. It says there that's a smoke-free facility.
It is a smoke-free facility. They do have a smoker's room or smoking area, but you cannot smoke inside the casino.
All right, I'll get to your question in a second, Biloxi, again. Switch over to
Have
this
an
one
internet
here.
issues.
Yeah, well,
Internet
here.
issues.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it seems like it's Sunday night right around 9 o'clock. It's inevitable with Comcast in my area. But let's continue and move on. Where I was talking about, Ed, is Harris is next on the list here, and I asked you it's either a 5 or a 10-time tier bonus match that weekend. 5 times, okay. All right, so it's 5 times if you're.
And it starts on, I think it's Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. I was reading it earlier. I think it said Saturday, midnight, 12 a.m.
Okay.
But yeah, swipe your card, get a few extra bonus points. I plan to. I want to get a few extra Caesars points. I need them badly.
All right, next on the list here is Scarlet Pearl. I liked it when we played there, but when I was talking to you last week or week before last, you said that was a pretty bouncy table, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get to that in a minute, but I like the Scarlet Pearl.
They got bouncy tables. There's nobody changes layouts more often in North America than the Scarlet Pearl. I mean, if they probably had Kentucky Derby layouts this weekend. I mean, if there's something going on, they change the layout. And I don't think they ever take the old ones off, but it is probably the prettiest casino on the inside of any of them, as far as
and it's probably the roomiest one too. A lot of room to navigate, throughout the table games there. I mean the gaming area.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Very
so
nice, very nice. It's privately owned.
Before we get to Treasure Bay, let's finish up with the Boomtown, which is a casino that has only a roll to win craps table, if I'm not mistaken.
No, they have stadium craps.
Stadium craps. Sorry, stadium craps. Yes, stadium craps. That's what it is. So if you're looking for some $5 craps play, I'm pretty sure that's what it was when we were there last year. We went in to have a good novelty item time.
Yeah, you will not find me there this year.
Right.
But that's just my preference. I'm not a fan of it, but I mean, a lot of people love it, and if you like that type of craps play, go for it, because it's going to be there.
All right. So now let's go back up to the Treasure Bay, which is just down the road a bit in Gulfport, where the airport's located. And it has, if I remember correctly, just one table, but it's kind of a small closed-in casino, but there is a place that you can stay and play. And there's a couple people, it's either one or two in the text group, that is actually staying there over the
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
the
I know.
event.
Yeah, I know there are. I know of a couple that are staying there for sure.
All right.
And is
Yep.
our feed still working?
Seems to be.
I got
I have it.
I got the spiral of death going on over there on my YouTube side, but
Oh,
nope, there it is. It's all back. It's
oh,
back.
yeah, it
I,
looks
I
like it
hit
is.
refresh and it's good. Yep,
Yeah.
it's going.
Well, I didn't get a warning like I did
Um,
last time.
yeah, they got one table. They've got one table and it runs 24/7. So for you late night folks and you want to play on a shorter 12-foot table, that's a very fair table to play. They're going to have lower table maxes. I think $500. Uh, if that's not a problem, go play there. I mean, it's a short table and it's got a very fair bounce and it runs 24/7.
All right, yeah, to the people putting the comments in there, we're back up. I mean, I had a little internet drop for a couple of seconds, which killed the feed and had to bring it both back up. But wherever you're watching us from, it's dual stream. Ed's channel, my channel, doesn't make any difference. Most of you are over on Ed's channel anyway. Now, this Island View Casino Resort, that's a new name to me, but you said it's been there a while.
Oh yeah, it's been there. It's actually in Gulfport.
Right.
There's Island View and it's the same casino. One side smoking, one side's not. Bouncy tables for the most part. Last time I was there, I very, very rarely go down into Gulfport. It's too, I don't need to. It's too far. 30-minute drive down the beach. As long as traffic is.
Here's a question: do you have a backup casino if we're not if Golden Nugget is full? And I think we sort of covered it.
Yeah.
That's why we're going over all these locations.
All these that we just talked about. I mean, you got the Palace across the street. You got Harrah's. Both of those are going to have 2 tables. Friday night, Saturday night at Hard Rock, you're going to have 4 tables open. Beau Rivage probably going to have 6 to 8 tables open all the time at night on Friday night and Saturday night. So IP will have 3 or 4 tables open on Friday and Saturday night, most likely. And if you like a good hard surface table, that's where you play.
All right. Carolina Reaper asked a question there where they're going to play on Friday. I would suspect I'm coming in Thursday afternoon and probably get in to the hotel by 1:30. I would suspect. And I'll be playing Thursday night and Friday. I mean, I think that during the daytime, you just meet up with the people, get in the text group, and figure out where you're going to play. I'll play wherever they want to play. We don't have to stay at the Golden Nugget like Ed said, but I think the majority of the people will definitely be there by early Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. I know one person was coming in late Saturday, but they were leaving Tuesday. I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, I forget now who that was too. But I would say, Reaper, just, I don't know where you're staying, but just if you're in any of the casinos there on the main Casino Boulevard, Beach Boulevard, they call it. So there's going to be some players around. Just start talking. Because you're only going to, during the day on Friday, you're not going to have all the tables open. Nugget will have 1. Harrah's will have 1. Hard Rock will start with 1 and move to 2. Beau Rivage will have probably 2 and go to 3 during the day on Friday. So you got to kind of realize you got to be ready to move around and hunt and peck, find you a good spot that you want to play.
All right, I think we've covered all the places you can stay and play, regardless of whether you're coming to the event. But those are places that you can stay and play. And let's go over. Let's talk about some of the individual casinos and the table conditions. And the one I like about this, Ed, it says here that the IP has 20 times odds, but almost everybody has at least 10 times odds. Is that correct?
Yes, everybody has 10 times odds except Treasure Bay. IP has 20 times odds, folks. So if you're on a $10 table and you want to got that 6 or 8 as a point and you want to put $200 on it, go right ahead.
All right.
I highly recommend it.
But as far as
take advantage of the free odds. Take advantage of the free odds as high as you want to go, as high as your comfort level goes. That's what I say.
Right. Yep. The playing style of people may vary, but here on the East Coast, we seem to be used to so much of either straight 5 times odds or 3, 4, 5 times odds. But it is 10 times at almost every place, with the exception of what Ed mentioned, and the IP has 20. I know that we played every year we've been there. We played at the IP, Ed, and I sort of liked it. But when we were there during most of the time, it's during the daytime, they only had that one table open. Or was that the Palace? I may have that confused. The smoking room was the Palace. It must have been the Palace. We'll move on to that next. That's what's on the list here. It says that it has both traditional and electronics. I don't remember seeing an electronic table at the Palace.
I think they don't have the nobody in Biloxi, nobody in the state of Mississippi, as far as I know, has a roll to win table, the glass service table anymore. Period.
Okay.
So that information is old. The Palace will have regular tables. I don't think they've got a stadium craps at all, but they've got 2 or 3 tables, and you're going to have traditional felt on those. So you're going to have a different bounce, different launch angle, different landing angle. So if you're not used to traditional felt, be careful.
And Biloxi says that there's a wonderful buffet. I've only eaten there once, and I have to admit it was pretty decent there at the Palace as well.
Yeah, there's 2 buffets in town that are widely sought after. Palace is one, Treasure Bay is the other. I do know that the Beau Rivage has one as well, and there's always a line for it, but I'm not a buffet guy, so I can't give you any intel on the buffets other than I know what's popular.
All right. So we Golden Nugget tables, Ed. You have recently stayed and played from a standpoint of where most of us will probably, I would say, spend the majority of our time playing outside when we ride away. How would you describe the table conditions? I know that you had a favorite one versus not a favorite table.
Well, I mean, that's that way at every casino, right? I mean, but they've got one table that's open 24/7, and it's a little on the bouncy side, but it's playable. You just got to adjust your shot a little bit. I played there that Saturday morning when I was there for an hour or more, hit the ATS, and nobody was on the table but me. So on a Saturday morning. So it's been widely thought of as kind of a locals tables, but they're trying to, I think this is part of changing the game a little bit for them and for the game there. So so they'll have 2 open at night for sure. Hopefully they'll have that 3rd table open as well. I hope. I'd love to play a little crapless there just to see how it does, because I love that game.
Speaking of crapless, outside of Harrah's, who else has a game?
Beau Rivage, IP, Hard Rock has one on Friday and Saturday night on their 14-foot table. Supposedly Golden Nugget will.
Yep. Hopefully, yeah.
So those do. Those may be the only crapless in Biloxi.
All right. I did see.
Pearls added one that I don't know about.
Right. I did see Lou put in a comment, which is our next one we're going to talk about, is the Beau Rivage. The tables, if you have not played there, they are very, very high tables, and I like them because I'm tall. But if you're not tall and you don't want to reach down into the well and try to play craps, and maybe people don't like it. I know that a couple people do. I know that's where Sarge stays, and he seems to like it there. Yep.
I'm not a fan of the tables, and I haven't played there a lot because I'm not a fan of the tables. But they are higher from the floor to the top of the rail. Probably 2 inches at least higher than anybody else's tables. So if you're vertically challenged, sweet rolls, wear your lift shoes.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm 6'4", as you know, Ed, so I like I like the tables.
Yeah, you got no problem. You got no
Yeah,
problem with it. I don't really have a problem with it. I'm just not. I just don't like. I don't know. They changed the layouts a couple of years ago, and they put a little bounce to them, and then you throw in the higher rails. Everything changes your shot. So,
well,
I play where I can win. That's part of it.
I've only played there twice, and the 2 times we went over, we weren't there very long. I think I might have only probably threw the dice probably twice as well, because we didn't stay there very long. So I did have a
Sweet
question
Rolls
here.
got some great. Sweet Rolls has some great lift shoes. I promise you that. And they're not ugly. They're quite fashionable.
Here's a question from Ted Berry. Do they allow put bets anywhere in Biloxi?
I've never seen them.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you get to $5,000, by God, we'll find out.
That's just true.
Or 10,000. Some of them, they're. No, I don't think any of them got 10. I think 5,000 is the highest limit.
Right.
So we get to 5. Ted, I'll be the first one to ask. As soon as you get my $4,000 to $5,000, by God, I'll ask them if I can have a put bet.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Let's make that the goal. Let's make that the goal for this weekend, is to find out if anybody. That means we got to get to house max at every casino and find out which ones allow put bets. Because I'm going to tell you, the cruise I was on 2 weeks ago or last week, whenever the hell it was now, I asked them, can I do a put bet? And they said no. And I said, watch this $50 come bet go right where I want it.
And did it?
Eventually. I mean, I took my $50 come bet and let it go flat and bring after my place bet won. I just pulled it all down and left, because I was trying to hit that 6 on up there. Maxed out on the 6.
Yeah, I see here that Blackburn said last year with the $300 limit at the Treasure Bay they wouldn't allow it. I asked them not.
I would not
different
expect
box.
them to.
Yeah, but then he said not a problem. Anyway, let's move on to the last couple of casinos we talked about table condition wise. Treasure Bay, I think we've kind of sort of already covered it. I like playing there. I played there twice. One time was probably for an hour or so. So it was just us guys from the meetup that were there. We went late morning.
Me, you, Mark Evangelisto, and Clay. We went and played there one morning.
But that wasn't during the Brownwater event.
No, that wasn't during the bash. That wasn't during the bash. That's right.
Yep, it was a couple months before that. But yeah, we did go there. We did. So how would you describe Treasure Bay again, Ed?
The Treasure Bay has a short, fair bounce table with low limits and probably low minimums. They may have $5, $10 tables going as well. So I mean, they typically have.
Yeah,
there again, they are a local's favorite down there. So they'll have a lot of at times they'll have $5 and $10 tables during the day there for sure.
I know when I was there both times I thought it was $5 both times. I think somebody said
probably was.
Yes. Yep. Boomtown has no bonus bets. Yep. That's the other thing we didn't cover when we went through these casinos. Maybe we'll skip back through them here in just a second. Boomtown is just stadium style craps. If that's your ball of wax, I think they're low limit too. I think somebody said $3 or $5.
Probably $3. I bet they got like a $3 minimum on that. So for you want to play a $3, $5 table, and you don't mind playing the stadium craps, they got it. I wouldn't be there. My personal recommendation is don't be there past 10 p.m. But that's just my opinion.
Okay. And the last thing here, we have Island View. I've never been, didn't even know about it. Have you played there, Ed? It says it's smoke-free, too, by the way.
Well, they've got two casinos attached. One is Island View and one is something else, whatever. They're on either side of Beach Boulevard. It runs straight into Gulfport. One side smoking, one side is not, and they've got to cross over the highway there in between the two. So it's the same owners. It's just two different casino names. They're going to be bouncy, especially on the non-smoking side. Are really bouncy.
Let's run down the ATS since the bonus bet, since we left that off. And when I read these to you and you say yes or no, if you know the limits, like I know you said Golden Nuggets 2020, we'll talk about that in just a second. What if there's any other type of odd bonus bet? Whether they have fire bets or any of the other bonuses that you can have. So let's start out with the Nugget. They do have an ATS, and I think you said 2020 was the limit.
ATS on all the tables, 2020 is the max bet.
And if they come out with the actual crapless table, you would assume that would have ATS on it as well.
They have told me it does.
All right. Something that Camper just put in here. Yes, there is an auto buy on the 4, 5, 9, and 10 at $20 and above. So I think we didn't cover that earlier, but that's a good point. Thank you there, Camper.
Yeah, we'll talk about
to do that.
We'll talk about that.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So next one, Beau
Rivage does. Except for when last time I played Treasure Bay, they did not do auto buy on the 5 and 9, but they gave you a Vigless 4 and 10. Now.
Right. Yeah, you did mention that once before. Yep.
Yep.
So let's move on to the Beau Rivage. It does have a bonus bet. Any limits?
I think it's 100.
Wow. I will not be going to 100 on the bonus bet on either one of them.
Come on, dude. Good. Step up. Step up.
Yeah.
Step up.
Black chip, please. Hard Rock. No bonus bets, as you once told me.
None.
You got to earn all your money.
Yep. You earn it the old-fashioned way. You hit the boxes.
Right. IP bonus bet.
Great tables to play, though. Great tables to play.
As I said earlier, Hard Rock's my favorite.
Yeah, always been my favorite down there too. So, yeah, but no bonus bets, no hot bets on the crapless. So you really got
it. Ed, your microphone is doing it again. It's actually making that squealing noise. I'm going to mute you just a second. Yeah, we had that problem early on, guys, with Ed's microphone. It's the same thing when it was on the other mic in the beginning, Ed. It's still there. I'm not sure what to tell you. Maybe reconnect and connect, and we'll try to continue to go. We had this problem pre-show with that. Yep, it's still making the squealing noise, Ed. Not sure what to tell you to do. Boy, I tell you, it's just one thing after the other. So we'll go on to the next one. Palace Casino bonus bet. I'm going to get this mixed up with the IP. I'm going to say yes bonus bets to both of them. Yes, well I know. So Rick, that's exactly what it sounds like, and it did sound like that. Sounds like fireworks. Let me try and see if he's back. Nope, he's still there. Say something, Ed. Nope, we're not hearing anything. Your voice is clipping, but I'm not hearing anything. So let's go on. I'm going to recap. Wait for Ed to come back because a couple of these I don't know whether they allow it or not. That's a good question. Yes, Rick, it did sound just like that tornado. I like that. That's a good way to describe it. Let's see if Ed's back. Are you back, Ed? Nope. You're just clipping now. If you want to disconnect and come back. We were almost going to be done with the show in another 15 to 20 minutes anyway. Let's see if I missed a question here that I can answer for that. I have suggested that to him, Carolina, for him to reboot his computer or come back on. Let me go through here. Hopefully Ed will come back with audio. I can answer this question. How long are the Hard Rock tables? They are 12 and 14 foot. The CRAPLESS is 14 feet. The other tables are 12 foot. I'm pretty sure it's 12. I'm pretty sure they're 12 foot because it's really packed in. Let's see if Ed's back. Are you back, Ed? Nope. Still don't have you, Ed. Carolina Reaper was suggesting you reboot the computer. But yeah, I don't have you. The squealing noise is gone. I have a little bit of clicking noise, but no audio. All right. So what were we talking about? Oh, the Hard Rock tables, 12 and 14 foot. I do know that the CRAPLESS is 14 foot. All right. Let me see if I can answer a couple questions here. Island View, no, yep, that's true, Mickey T. First time attending, is there a meetup sign-up seat? I'll answer this question. Fred, the Uber driver. Fred, if you haven't yet, make sure you email Ed at roll2wincraps@gmail.com. Roll2wincraps@gmail.com so Ed has it on his list. And there, the meetup time, there is no specific time other than there'll be a login book at the VIP meet and greet Saturday from 2 to 5. Ed, all I'm still getting is a bunch of clicking. I don't have your audio yet. So, yeah, I'm not sure what to do about this, Ed. That's not on my end this time, and we'll go see what Ed does. All right, let me see what's going on here. Which casinos have? I don't believe there are any repeater bets. Somebody out there correct me until Ed gets his audio back. If there's a fire or repeater bets, I don't think there's Harrah's. I think somebody said Harrah's. If somebody knows it's been to Biloxi recently, because I've not been since last year, if you know that they've added that, put that in the chat, and we'll see if we can answer that question. Still waiting for Ed to get his audio back. Ed, I would suggest the repeaters. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. I thought somebody said that the repeaters have been added at Harrah's in Biloxi. So probably the best thing for him to do would be to reboot, which I think he may have done. Maybe what he's doing there. Let's see here. Let's go back and take a look, see if I missed any questions here. If you're going to give a question, please put it with a capital Q. It changes the color on my software to a yellow color that I can pick up with no problems. Let's see here. Ed, let's see if he's back. Ed, you back? Oh, I think he's saying 1 minute. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Sorry about that, guys. It's technical issues follow me anywhere I go. Yes, I can repeat Ed's email address. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in the chats. I'll put it in each one of the chats.
Can you hear me now?
I can. It's a little different. Sounds like you're talking through not your regular mic.
I'm talking into that mic over there. I'm talking into that mic over there.
You're good. We can hear you. So we do have you. It's just not as good quality as it was before. Let me make sure that's right.
All right. So the question about the repeater bets, the Hard Rock has on every table the ATS and repeater bet, and one of them is a CRAPLESS table. So you can lose a lot of money in a hurry playing bonus bets.
You said the Hard Rock. You meant Harrah's.
I didn't mean the Hard Rock. I meant Harrah's. Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right. Cool.
Harrah's has the repeater. They might even have the fire bet on one of them. They did it one time. I think they took the fire bet off. They got the all-day hard way as well.
Okay. Yep. All right. I don't think you missed any other question. We were talking about bonus bets, and we were going to get to the Scarlet Pearl and the Palace on the bonus bets.
Palace has ATS, and so does the Pearl.
Any limits?
Both have it. I'm sure they do, but I don't know what they are. Probably quarters.
All right.
Just knowing the casinos, probably 25, I would imagine.
All right. So let's go ahead and call for any questions regarding playing in the Biloxi Gulfport area. Any questions about the meetup for the Brownwater Bash number 4? If you have a question, it's going to be a last call for those questions, and then Ed and I will recap the pertinent information and be done with that. I am going to put up the text group again for those of you that may have just joined us. There is this text group. If you want to scan your computer or your television, whatever you're watching on, and join this text group. There's quite a few people in it, and there's conversation already going on about what's happening. You can do that. I can hear that.
I would say join that thing. I would say join it. Is that mic any better?
You got an echo, Ed. You got to mute one of the mics. Just mute one.
I'm going to take that guy in the bag off. All right.
That's all right.
I was trying to help. I hurt.
So let's see. Last call for questions, and let's go ahead and see if we miss anything on our list of things we're supposed to do, Ed, because we're doing this by the seat of our pants. We talked about the event. We're going to recap that in a minute. The meet and greet time, we'll recap in a minute. We've gone over all the casinos you can play at, listed them, table conditions from a standpoint of participants. If you're coming and you have not yet notified Ed, I just put his email address on both channels. Please make sure you send him an email and just say, hey, think we're coming, or definitely if you are coming, let him know that. He has to have a number basically for the host casino to see, make sure we have enough personnel and such on working that day. We're talking about the text group. That's available right here. That's there. And I don't see any questions coming in, Ed, so let's go ahead and recap the event. Oh, there's a question. There's a good question, too, on your channel. Let me switch this back over. All right.
I have always, I played for years at the Hard Rock, so I guess I know those tables as good as any tables I can know. So I would say the Hard Rock is my favorite place to shoot. They have very fair tables, especially the 12-footers are very, very fair. The 14-foot crapless is a regular traditional felt, so that brings in a little different element to play. So you got to be careful on that one if you're not used to it. But Hard Rock has always been my favorite place to play, even though they have no bonus bets. And I do like a bonus bet, and it wouldn't take me long to really enjoy playing at the Golden Nugget a lot. I can tell you that.
Well, we're going to find out.
Take me long.
Go to find out.
Yeah,
because we are just right around the corner. We'll run that down, Ed. Waiting for a couple more questions to come in and see if we got any questions. I think everybody that's probably here has probably heard us talk about this. There is no live rollout tonight, guys. We're not rolling out. We're just doing the show like this, trying to answer any last minute questions, talk about it. May 15th through the 17th, Biloxi, the host casino is the Golden Nugget this year. Stay wherever you want to stay, whatever property card that you may have, player's card, make sure you use that.
It's always been use the comps you've got wherever you can get your comps. That's the way I've always said it. But because I can't get you rooms, so
all right. And,
Dark Vader, he's got 37. There's only 37 people signed up for that chat group, so there's probably another 40 that needs to sign up.
Yep.
On that chat group.
And he says there's 2 administrators, so I think they gotta let you in. I'll answer that question in a second. But let me get this other one. There's a question. What are your 4 recommended fish restaurants in Biloxi? I don't know that I could name 4, but Ed, you want to take a stab at that?
I enjoy the Half Shell Oyster House. They have 2 locations. They have one inside the Hard Rock. They have one probably 2 blocks down the street from the Hard Rock, straight in, like you're going into town in Biloxi. There is a fabulous a fabulous restaurant that was built the building was built in the 1700s. Right directly across the street from the Hard Rock, and their fish is fantastic, especially if you go a little bit to the higher end of that fish menu. Superb. McElroy's is next door to the Hard Rock. It is good as well. So that's 3, and that's the only 3 I can give you. That's 4 locations. That's three names, but 4 locations.
That's right, you did, because they have 2, the half shell oyster house. Cape Man says, are they going to have extra dealers? We hope, at the Nugget anyway.
Well, at the Nugget, we hope they do, but they're going to have them if they're going to open up 3 tables, because they're only used to running 2. Everybody else will be, all the other casinos, they don't know who the hell I am or what's going on, so they're just going to have all their normal stuff going on anyway, which, I think Hard Rock, they're going to have 4 open Friday night, going to have 4 open on Saturday night. If you can stand the music or the live band or whatever's playing, you'll have a good time.
It is loud. Ed, you talked about this earlier, but there's no specific merchandise that's going to be for sale or offered outside. You're going to have the chips first come, first serve on the chip thing during the 2.
Yeah, the chips. I'm just, that's just the collectible thing that we give away, right? So that's going to be at the meet and greet. I will have a sample of the long sleeve casino tier shirts, and I will have the brown and the black as a sample on the roll trackers off of. I do not sell merch. I never sell merch in a casino. They don't like that. But I'm going to have display items. If you want to go onto the website and order direct from 10 Ton, he'll get that stuff straight to you after you see it. So.
Okay. Yes, and as Lou says, you can't put a price on the camaraderie of the event.
No, you can't.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. Fred.
There's lots of people I look forward to seeing every year. IP. Yep. The IP has the hardest, firmest tables outside of. I don't know if anybody's got any harder. I mean, it's going to sound like you're throwing on concrete.
All right. So let's go back over to my list. For those of you coming in before Thursday, I would suggest and recommend the group chat. And if you're coming in and you want to know anything, go to that group chat that we've displayed, and I'll display that window one more time. As far as events, it's just a meet and greet on Saturday, although people will be all over the place, and you'll go to one casino to the other, and there'll be a group of people there for the Brownwater Bash that are playing that nobody know that they slipped out and went to another casino. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. They're going to be all over town. I mean, everybody, you got to think about it, Jeff. We got, even if we had 75 like we did last year, you can only hold 12 on a table. If you got 2 tables, that's 48. Well, that's half of them. Where are you going to put everybody else? They got to go somewhere else and play together. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, again, it's a great, let's call it a craps convention if you want to. But
that you
free,
don't have to pay
no
an interest
charge.
free.
I make zero off of this. Zero. And if you want, and like I said, I'm not even selling merch, guys. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just like, I'm here. Let's go have fun. And I'll buy you a drink at the free bar. So, and I know you keep calling it the VIP.
I know, because I'm used to the Hard Rock, but it's the
because Hard Rock would give us the VIP lounge,
right,
for a couple 3 hours. So that's why he calls it VIP. It is not a VIP. We're going to have a meet and greet for every single body. Everybody who wants to come in between 2 and 5. And I don't know if you count on me being there past 4:30 because I get hungry for dinner early.
And don't forget to sign the book.
Sign the book.
All right.
And thank you again to. I'm going to. How far away is Seattle?
Probably the farthest away from there, I would say 1,500 miles, maybe. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
I know. I mean, you got the Northeast coming down, but that's closer than Seattle.
Yeah, it is.
You got Justice Jen lives and Tucson. They live on the West Coast in California. So between those three, you got X-Man coming in from Seattle. You got Justice Jen. You got Tucson. They're coming in from L.A., San Francisco, Seattle. So whichever one of those are the farthest.
If you drove it from Seattle, it's 2,681 miles if you drive it.
That's a long ride. That's a long ride.
Yeah, it is.
To play craps. You're going to pass through a lot of casinos just to get there if you were driving.
Yep, you would.
So 2,000 miles, that's a long ways away.
Here's a good question in case somebody's bringing their significant other that doesn't gamble and or play craps.
All right, camper. I know you, and I know what we got to do right here. You're going to tell your wife the beaches are great. Just don't go in the water.
Right. That's why they all have pools.
The pools are good. If you're staying at Harris, they got a great pool. It's heated. Hard Rock's got a great pool, swim up bar. The Nuggets got a swim up bar, great pool. But as far as the beach is concerned, ever since Katrina and even prior, the water you don't want to get in. You can walk out 200 yards and still be ankle deep or knee deep. So don't do it. It's going to be muddy. You're going to get stuck in the mud. We call it brown water bash for two reasons. Brown water and the water in Biloxi, because it's a very, very, you got all the rivers coming in, and it's really a brackish type of water. You can go lay out on the beaches. It's going to have white sand, but don't get in the water.
All right. Here's a comment, something we didn't talk about. Breakfasts. I guess Waffle House, you think of breakfast. But they do have several of those. But, Ed, you have another favorite spot you like to eat breakfast.
True. All right. So the Waffle House right there on Beach Boulevard, it's on stilts. That's a very popular one. There's also one right behind the Shell station right in front of Beau Rivage. That's easy to get to. And then there's one over in D'Iberville that's got some great Cajun women that do the serving there. One of them has extremely blue eyes. So I've been told.
I'm trying to find the place of that place you and I spoke about for breakfast. A couple.
You're talking about the toasted yolk?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for the name of that. Yeah, the Toasted Yolk Cafe. It's YOLK. Yolk.
I liked it. My wife didn't like it. Aloha Johnny didn't like it. But you know what? I'm used to trying to put up with that bullshit at that damn sorry-ass place inside of Hard Rock called the Sugar Factory. And
Sugar Factories.
Which is absolutely about as bad as you can get. Now, Golden Nugget has a breakfast up on the second floor right there in their sports book lounge. It was okay, but I like the toasted yolk. I can't deny it. I like the toasted yolk. They got great bugs. Buy one, take it, give it to your wife or your spouse, whichever, husband.
Yep. All right. Let me see. Did I miss another question that came in? A Stent Placer says there's a Sunday buffet at the Palace.
Stent Placer is pretty aware of the food arrangements in most places.
Oops, that's not what I want to do. And Bud says that breakfast is now served at the Hard Rock. That's interesting because they did not do that last.
It seems like I heard that. I have not seen it. I have not seen it myself, but I think I did hear that somewhere. They need it because the Sugar Factory sucks.
Yep. That I will agree with, and I better not say that. I don't want to talk bad. I will not do that. All right, last call for
the service. The service is bad. I mean, the waitress has got to go cook your food. They don't have but one person. You know, the person that seats you is your waitress, and she's also the cook. It takes 2 hours to eat breakfast. I know. I'm just making that up, but it takes 2 hours. It seems like it must be the case because it takes 2 hours to eat breakfast.
It does take a while. It does.
It's ridiculous.
Here's a good question for you, Ed, and I'm going to, before Ed answers this, last call for questions, guys. If you have a question, please put it in there now because we're going to wrap this thing up here in just a couple seconds. Answer that question, Ed.
Reaper, you know the answer to that question. These are damn casinos. They're not going to serve that shit. They're going to give you the cheapest stuff they can get. Now, if you're in the, if you can get into the VIP lounge at Hard Rock, they've got decent bourbon in there, but you're not going to see Eagle Rare or Blanton's or anything like that. That's always reserved for a Casino Tiers event. Speaking of Casino Tiers events, let me say this. We've got like 5 or 6 spots open for Sunday in July. And so if you have an interest, get a hold of Dice Coach at dicecoach.com. His phone number's on there. Call him. Get in on that. Or we're going to close it out and just do Saturday and push the people in from Sunday into Saturday, extend the time, and then we're all going to go play craps for a lot of time on Sunday. So either way, it's good with me. But if you want to get in there Sunday in July, and we've only got 1 or 2 spots open in Vegas on Sunday in October.
All right, I'm not sure what Mustafa
Maker's Mark. Yeah, Maker's Mark is about as good as you're going to get at a bar inside. Well, I say that, but they've got a pretty good selection at the Golden Nugget Bar in the middle if you want to pay for
it. Because did we have Bullet in your room or at the bar? I know we had it in your room, but did they have that at the bar?
Bullet's a mid-tier bourbon. Yeah, we had that at the VIP lounge. I mean, they have at Hard Rock. They had it. Yeah, they've got. There's a weird thing going on with the Mississippi alcohol thing too. Last I heard was they had built a new warehouse, closed the old warehouse, but the new warehouse wasn't functioning, and there's like a shortage of bourbon in Mississippi all of a sudden a couple of months ago.
Oh my!
It's weird. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Something weird happened.
All right, let's put this last question up here, Ed. And I'm not sure what he means by this. Mustafa asks, are there any previous Brownwater Bash year shooters thrown numbers? He's got Justice Jen, who will be there. I'm not sure what he means by that, but there's there's quite a few repeats from the last 3 years that will be there. I'm not sure what.
Any previous Brownwater Bash year shooters thrown numbers?
Don't know what he means by that.
Yeah, most of us. I'm just going to say most of us have thrown numbers. 7 is a number just like any other number, right? I don't know what Mustafa wants, but I mean, we've had, 2 years ago, Jeff, when we were doing that little end of the event private table there at the Hard Rock, I led off with I think a 17 roller, and from that point on, the rest of the night, I never went negative. So yeah, we've had some good shooters down there, dude.
Yeah, well, we have, and you mentioned
we've had good rolls every year. Every year we've had people who have had good rolls. What was it? Brian from Mark the Point. He threw 15 nines 3 years ago on one hand. Now, if you can't get to $5,000 on 15 nines, you need to go back to school.
All right, I would agree with that. Yeah, if you can't make, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm
going to tell you right now, if you can't get to $5,000 on 15 nines and have collected about $65,000, you got to go back to school. I mean, it's that simple.
I do agree with you.
15 nines, dude. Justice Jen wrote those down.
Yep, she did. That is for sure. Yep. And you're right, Lou. Rock was on fire. All right.
Rock is a very, very stable shooter there. Yep, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna take that last text down, and this is the group. If you want to get into text group, as you heard Darth Vader say a little while ago, that there is a 37 people, 2 admin, and I would suggest and recommend, if you're coming in and you want to know where everybody's going, and when there's something happening that isn't included on Saturday afternoon, that is the way to do it. So, Ed, any final words tonight? I don't.
Join that text group, number one, because that's how you're going to be able to get into a group play with other people that you've just met or don't know yet. That's how you're going to get into it, because that's where they're going to be making their arrangements. This is a come one, come all, everybody go play craps deal. It's not a Ed's going to sit at a table and wait on you to play with him, because Ed doesn't have the time, the bankroll, or a big enough table to hold 100 people. So everybody's just going to play. Everybody's going to have a good time. I hope I get to play with many of you. I want to shake everybody's hand and appreciate everybody who shows up. But it's just a camaraderie, like Lou says, this camaraderie thing. It's fun. You're getting to meet people. You're getting to play with people you've never met or you haven't seen in a year. It's just a good time. We've got a lot of YouTubers, Jeff.
Yeah, we counted.
Yourself included?
Yeah, that's true. We counted like 10 to 12 last show we had, and I think that almost every one of those have committed to return.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody wants to know if Gargoyle's coming. The answer is no. He's not going to be there.
There
are other things going on in his life that require his attention right now. Who else? Who else is not coming that's been there?
That part I don't know.
Well, we had El Toro's come in the past, but I haven't heard from him. I don't expect El Toro to be there. I might call him after we hang up.
Yeah, I haven't communicated with him in a couple of months now. Last I communicated with him through text messaging. We didn't even talk about this. I just saw somebody join the text group right now. Bill is on it. I can tell you. Looks like that's Airborne Aces just joined. Larry just joined the text group.
Might as well. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's how you're going to get your hookups with different players. Unless you've got their personal cell phone numbers, then you can do that too. But the thing about that particular app is it keeps your information private from the other people. So if they want to reach you, they got to reach you on that. So that's good. I like that.
All right. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. May 15th is right around the corner, Ed. It'll be here before you know it. We've been talking about this now for multiple months and looking forward to the Brownwater Bash IV. BWBIV.
BWBIV. BWBIV. It's going to be great. Our host there at Tanika is her name. Tanika Turner. She is our host at the Hard Rock. She'll be at the front door helping you. She may be even be able to help you get a player's card if you don't have one. So it's going to be fantastic.
And since you mentioned player's card, we'll mention it one more time. Get a player's card and please use it, because that will help Ed for future events. And
I get nothing out of this. It's just we want a good hosting casino. And if we don't support the casino a little bit, they're not going to host us. That's what it boils down to.
Yep, that is true. I'll put the code back up here.
There, I see Old School up there. Old School has.
I think he's been every time.
He's been to everyone. He's been to every one of them.
Ed, do you know the name of the actual text group? That's what Mustafa was asking. I'm going to put this up here one more time so you can scan it. But I don't know that I know the actual group name. I just cleared it.
I can tell you. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. My BWB4.
It's BWB IV.
Yep.
But you got to have the app to get to it. So yeah.
Yeah, but
like I said, they've also got a subgroup in there about rides. So if you need a ride, you got a ride. Help your people out. That's a way to meet people. That's a way to go play. Share a seat in your vehicle, or grab a seat in somebody else's vehicle if they're offering a ride. And some of them were talking about picking you up at the airport or something. I don't know, but yeah, there's a lot.
All right.
150 is out of the question. We're no way we're going to do 150.
Yeah, but you mentioned it before. There's several other organizations, craps organizations, that hold an event, charge a fee, and of course you get some swag for the fee. And this is totally free from a standpoint of anything that Roll to Win Craps would benefit off of. And I don't think there's anybody else out there outside of some private meetups that we've done. I held a meetup back in 2024, and you know that history on that. I didn't charge a fee either, and I just think that it's 4 years in a row, 4 years running, and it seems like it's getting bigger.
It is getting bigger, and I guarantee you it's the biggest meetup east of the Mississippi River. I guarantee
I would agree that.
I know Jeremy over at Color Up, he's got a way to monetize it. I would say I'm jealous, but I'm not, so I don't care. But, he monetizes his event, and I don't blame him because it's a lot of freaking work. But you know what? If you monetize it, Jeff, you got to do more work.
Yes. And you know my motto about what I did in 24, and that's the reason why we haven't had another one, because I'm letting Ed do all the work, and I'm going Biloxi.
Well, this year I used to push it all off on my buddy Oz, but somehow or another I ended up with all the damn labor this year for some reason. But it's all right.
I'm sure Oz is doing a good thing. I haven't seen him in chat tonight, but I'm sure he'll do his fair share. I'm sure of that.
I bet his hockey team might be playing. If Orlando hockey team is playing, and or Tampa, whoever the hell that is down there. Can you imagine having ice in Florida? I mean, I don't know how they get ice in Florida, but anyway, I bet they're playing.
All right. Any final words, Ed, as we wrap this up for tonight? We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. I'll let you do your thing, and then we'll do like the hockey player, since you just said it. We'll do like the hockey player and get the puck out of here.
All right. So thank you all for tuning in tonight and getting interested. Appreciate everybody that's going to show up. Appreciate everybody who wishes they could show up that can't. But those that can, we really appreciate you showing up. Be sure and introduce yourself to me at the meet and greet. I'm there to meet you. You're not there to meet me. I'm there to meet you. And that's the way I feel about it. So I appreciate each and every one of you that show up. And let's go, let's felt at least a half a dozen tables. And like Ted Berry said, I want to find out if any of those casinos will take put bets.
Yeah.
So let's do it. Practice like you play like you practice, everybody. Go Roll to Win.
All right. Thank you, Ed. And we're going to wrap this up here. Guys, and one thing Ed failed to say, and I'll say it again, please sign the guest book. And who did you say did that again, Ed? I forgot her name. Oh, just like that.
Pearl's girl. Melanie.
Pearl's girl.
Sanchez.
Yeah. Yeah,
yep.
She's in the chat. She's in the chat. All right, guys. It is time to get out of here. I'm going to leave this up here as we get ready to head out. I want to thank Ed for his patience with me with tonight. We had a couple little technical snafus there, but we got by it. I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks, Ed. It's been a while. I know I talk to you every week, but I'll be seeing you in a couple of weeks. And everybody out there, if you have any questions and you haven't told Ed you're coming, roll2wincraps@gmail.com. Roll to win, number 2, craps@gmail.com. Send Ed a picture. An email. And a picture if you want to. What the hell?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows?
Send a picture if you want. Keep your clothes on, please.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll see you there. God bless each and every one of you. Be safe. Play smart. We'll see you soon.